Hey guys, my name is Kyle McLaughlin, Vice President of Sales here at Waterfront Realty Group. Welcome to our Agent Highlight of the Month. I'm sitting here today with Brad Means.
Hey there.
He's an associate here for Waterfront Realty Group. Brad, thank you for joining me today. Wanted to ask you a couple questions and kind of let agents know what your business, what your experience thus far has been here in the business, not only Waterfront Realty Group, but in the business in general. And just a couple things that have helped you succeed so far. So thank you again for joining me. Tell me, how long have you been in the business?
September of 2015, so give or take like 8 months.
Okay. And what's your experience been thus far?
Experience has been good. First couple months are always the toughest because you're just trying to figure out your way. But overall, it's been a good experience. After you kind of get past the hurdle, after you get used to getting face to face with clients, after you start practicing your scripts and
right.
whatnot.
And you used to be in more of a corporate setting, and this is your first sort of entrepreneurial role or job, so to speak, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think most people kind of step out of that normal 9 to 5 kind of job,
Sure.
retail or whatever the case may be,
Mm-hmm.
and shifting that mindset from being an employee to employer is definitely
That's the most important
big
thing.
change.
A lot of people have a hard time shifting their mindset from the corporate, like, hey, here's what I need to do on a daily basis, and if I work 40 hours a week, here's what I'm going to make. As opposed to an entrepreneur or business owner role, your mindset shifts to, I need to do these tasks in order to have the potential to make this much. If I knew enough of these tasks, I'm going to have the potential to make this month over the next 6 to 12 months.
Right, and that's what I liked about this business, because I was in a setting that had to approve my ideas through the owner, and sometimes they wouldn't always do that, especially for my job, where they were kind of a pain in the butt about getting things across. So,
Sure.
Jumping into this, now I'm my own boss, and I can approve whatever my ideas are, so I can push my ideas out and actually have them come to life, which is great. And
awesome, man. So it's very rewarding, right?
Yeah. So it's to kind of set you free.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of staying organized and putting your mind for it.
Absolutely. And really in sales, it's a beautiful career because there's no ceiling. Your earning potential is strictly derived and limited to what you think it is, right? So if you want to make $1 million in a year, you take the necessary steps and you can actually achieve that. And a lot of people do in this industry.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm. So,
exactly. I'm starting to see that now.
Yeah, I know, right? That's starting to all funnel together. So tell me, now that you've been in here 6 to 8 months, what have you done so far as business listings closing? Tell us a little bit about your sales so far.
Well, as for the listings, I kind of hit the ground running with just prospecting. You still kind of learn how to do that as you go. But so far, I've had about 8 listings and have 4 active right now. So I've closed 4 listings, and I also have sold 2 buyers. So
6 transactions total?
Yeah, most of them been recently.
Okay. Roughly, what, $2 million in sales?
Just about, yeah.
Just about $2 million? So, I mean, you're
probably,
doing...
Yeah, probably a little more.
In the grand scheme of things, you're doing really well for your first 6 to 8 months. I have to congratulate you for that, because the national statistic is actually the first year of agents being in this career, they don't make anything. Most of them only make about $10,000 to $15,000 their first full year in real estate. Now, that's a national average, so it can be skewed. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, there's not a lot of expectations for rookies, so to speak. So you've really hit the ground running.
Right, and I think the average is like 3 deals annually for agents. So.
Yeah, especially newer ones. So you're already almost tripled that. So.
Right. And I look at my competition, and it just makes me feel better about myself.
That helps a lot. So based on the numbers that you've done so far, do you have goals that you want to hit, now we're in June, until December or the end of the year, or maybe within the next 12 months reoccurring that you want to hit as far as numbers?
Yeah, so for the end of this year, saying December, and technically if you add up September, it'd be almost about 1.25 years, but I'm coming up on about 9 deals right now. I have about 4 in escrow and a couple more that I'm working on. That's awesome. So I'm hoping to hit 15 deals.
That's awesome.
Which, I kind of set that bar the way it was just because I'm still trying to figure things out. Mm-hmm. And then following year, I'm going to hope for 25 deals.
So 25, so
just kind of prorated after 10. That. Exactly.
Okay, so however much revenue that equates to, that'll be determined on how many deals you do, right?
Exactly.
And as far as commission, do you have a goal, or do you just want to do as much as you possibly can?
Well, commission, I started about $100,000, and then I kind of bumped it up after $150,000, just because I was getting close to hitting that goal of $100,000.
Good for you,
quickly.
Man. That's awesome.
I mean, it's in June right now, and if I keep the pace I'm going, I feel like I'd hit 100,000. So I kind of prorated that goal to 150, just to kind of have a little more ceiling.
Yeah, shoot for the stars, land on the moon, right? That's awesome, dude. This is a guy that's been in the business 6 to 8 months, is already looking at his goals to be at $150K a year, which most people, sadly enough, most people in this country do not achieve that. that 150,000 annual income in their entire lives. So for
right.
you how old are you, Brad?
25.
25 years old. Look at that. He's rocking and rolling. So, Brad, based on some of the goals, the experience you've had so far, especially for you, you're basically on the fast track of being so young and being so new to the industry. What are some tips that you can give to our viewership, so to agents that want to model themselves after you, that maybe are motivated by hearing that you've done so well in a short amount of time being your age? What are maybe 3 tips that you can give people that have helped you be successful that can maybe help them?
Sure. Yeah. One of the biggest things is that coming in as a new agent, you really don't have much of a background or a resume to go off of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want to tell anybody you're a new agent per se.
Sure. Yeah.
So, one of the biggest things is that I give more value compared to the other agents. I see other agents, like, for example, my open houses, other agents put down 2 or 3 signs and they call it a day. Like, I put down 50 signs at my open houses to really blow it up, because I really... Because, yes, so I get more people, so I'm offering more value to the sellers. So when they hear that, they compare that to the people who've been doing it for the 30 years, and that definitely helps. So, it's just being more of a people person when I say give value, per se.
So of course, yeah, it's a people business.
Yeah, these people are being sold every single day by these other agents that are trained like Mike Berry style.
Mm-hmm.
So anything I could do to just be different, make them feel like they're being helped more than sold.
Yeah,
like,
it's so
the
important.
Expression, people like to buy but they don't like to be sold.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's one of the biggest things, is just give value and it'll pay dividends, because people will definitely appreciate that.
That's great, man.
Another thing is that I build out my systems. In the first couple months, I wasn't really that great at producing because I didn't have much of a system in place. For example, like CRMs to track all my follow-ups. All the way
Track
down
your
to
leads, right?
Yeah, follow-ups, leads, even coming down to like a listing presentation. Just going in there and winging listing presentations doesn't really last long.
Mm-hmm.
You really have to have a structured system in place for pretty much everything, whether it's time, follow-ups, which is prospecting, open houses, how you get up in the morning, how you go home. And I just found that the more I applied systems and tweaked systems, I found that I had a predictable business, so to speak. I can tell when leads were starting to start to transact and start to kind of come in, instead of it
so
just being a guessing game.
You can forecast, is what you're trying
Exactly.
to say. This is so important, so you can actually see that if I continue on this pace and I build my system and work it the way it's structured to work, then I know I'll hit my goals by the end of the year. Maybe I didn't even adjust my goals like you've already done so to be higher.
Right.
Because you've built systems. And that saves a lot of time, too. And time is money in this business. So
CRM, schedule, tracking, that's all important, because you want to know where you're going and be able to project it and forecast, like you said.
Okay. Awesome, man. Any other ones that you could think of?
Just, going in the extra mile. There's a lot in Naples here. There's over 5,000 agents, and how they say that 10% do about 90% of the business. So
yeah.
You're competing with 3+ agents for every client that you meet. You really got to do what you have to do to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
So you look at what other agents do, and you just apply to yourself to go that one extra step further to separate yourself. Whether going back to the open house is putting more signs out,
sure,
or at the listing presentation having more comps or having more material. Or doing the extra follow-up.
Just adding value. I think people look for that. Like he said, they don't want to be sold. They want the value out of what you're doing. There's so many real estate agents offering the same song and dance, so to speak, that if you offer something outside the box, a value to their day-to-day lives, like Brad does this really cool thing. I hope you don't mind me sharing, but he does his Monday motivations, which I really like, man. I think that's awesome. You'll send a little quote Monday morning. I think it comes in at 8 a.m. on a Monday.
Yeah.
So you start your morning. People are just, they're grabbing their coffee. They're looking at their emails, and all of a sudden they see Brad with completely unrelated to real estate, just Monday motivation, and using quotes from like figures of authority. I saw you had Muhammad Ali on one of them. You've had other sales figures and other celebrities and other people that are influential with really nice quotes to kind of set your mind, set your gear. Monday mornings can be tough for a lot of people coming off the weekend and having to start the new week with a nice little motivational quote. Adds a little bit of value to everybody's day.
Yeah, it's even people. They look at real estate agents and we're like on the bottom of the totem pole. We're like right there with used car salesmen because they think we're just sleazy, we're cheesy, and so they already automatically have that perception whenever they see you and meet you. So being able to show them that kind of value and show them that like I'm more of a normal person, and that's why I do like Monday motivations, and I do friendly text messages. I'll add a smiley face to some of my text messages to show that I'm not like some robotic selling machine that's just there to cash a check and then call it a day.
And people will remember that, and
Absolutely.
They'll come back to you over and over again. All their real estate needs, they'll tell all their friends will tell them about you.
Right.
Family members. So all of a sudden, you'll get the snowball effect of referrals they're coming in because you've made such a difference in these people's lives. And I think that's the most important thing that we can do as a real estate agent.
Yeah, that's the definition of a salesman, is being able to have someone has a goal and be able to meet those goals and make sure it's profitable and a good experience for them. That's pretty much what it is. And so you have to apply it to your business, and now it makes a massive difference than just trying to do the basic real estate sales kind of thing.
The corny old thing. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's a lot of great info, and thank you for sharing that with us today. Guys, Brad has been a staple for the company. He's been doing so well so far in the last 6 to 8 months. And Brad is just like you and me and everybody else watching this video. If he can do it, so can you. All you have to do is dress nicely like he does, show determination, perseverance, add value to people's lives, and we can teach you how to do that here at Waterfront Realty Group. Thank you so much for watching this video, Bradley. Thank you for your time today.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. You guys have a great day.